Spurs lead. The Pacers shooting 35% or so in the third quarter. Whatever they're trying is not working.
Yeah, again, iffy shot selection there. Defender draped all over him.
Well, you got to understand who's guarding you in that situation. I mean, if he's on you tight, you can't just rise up and try to shoot over the top.
The Pacers shooting 31%, not looking sharp offensively, to say the least. Pass to George. And they get it. And it's George again missing. San Antonio calls timeout. Just 4 seconds left in the third quarter. This one for three. He got it up that time, but it wouldn't fall. San Antonio leading by 3. On the court right now for the Spurs. In the backcourt, Parker and Ginobili. Leonard and Duncan are the pair at forward. And it's Splitter in at the center position. Now here's Parker. 6 on the shot clock. Parker left side. Gets the three-pointer to fall. Parker's got the first basket as we get going in the fourth for San Antonio. It's George on the wing. He's covered by Leonard. Leonard with the steal. In transition, here comes San Antonio. Ginobili leading the charge. Misses the wing three. Pacers trail by 6. It's tipped. And that's out of bounds. Indiana will retain possession. George against Leonard. George dishes to West. And he was fouled on the way up. 2 free throws now for him. One thing the teams know when they come to Indianapolis is that points are not going to be easy to get. The Pacers, Clark, you know this very well, play very tough D here at home.
Yeah, the pillars for that team have been defense and rebounding the basketball. That's who they are, and that's how they play.
And the call will be against George Hill. That's foul number 2 for him. Fourth quarter still young, just over a minute play. And he gets it to go.
They're getting a bunch of their points outside of the paint. 3 of their last 5 buckets are from three-point range.
But the defense isn't making them earn it. I mean, those shots have just come on easy, open looks.
San Antonio leading by 7. And a fast break now for the Spurs. Offensive rebound. Duncan kicks to Ginobili. And that'll be San Antonio as it goes out of bounds. Spurs retain possession.
22 seconds on the shot clock. 22.
Parker against Hill. And he gets the bucket. And now it's a 9-point Spurs lead. And the Pacers shooting a low 30% right now. An ugly offensive performance. The 3 from George. Ginobili grabs the board. Ginobili's got his 3rd rebound tonight. And it's going to be out of bounds. The Pacers will take it.
I'll tell you what, wandering aimlessly out of bounds like that might earn him a ticket to the bench.
So an entirely new group in now for Indiana. Mahinmi's checked in for Hibbert. Scola comes in for David West. Rodney Stuckey's checked in for C.J. Miles. And it's Watson in for Hill. Here's George. And it's George again missing.
And his mechanics are just all out of whack now. He just has no feel for his shot.
Well, his numbers certainly back that fact up. I mean, he has gone ice cold here.
Starting to really play well here and trying to pull away.
Yeah, and they're doing it effectively, Steve. I mean, they're on all cylinders right now, clicking beautifully.
And the Spurs with some changes. Bellinelli comes in for Leonard. And it's Mills in for Tony Parker. And I think Doris Burke has something for us right now. Doris?
I was able to listen in on what Frank Vogel had to say to his team. He got after them and told them to turn up the intensity, saying, we've put ourselves in a corner, and now we've got to fight our way out. Show me what you have. Let's see if we've got what it takes, guys.
Thanks a lot, Doris.
Well, for Paul George, his leap last season, not just about accentuating his strengths, but also cutting back on the negative plays, in particular, lowering his fouls and turnovers while he's on the floor.
Mills can't hit. Pacers trail by 10. And the wide open shot from Stuckey. And a big bounce off the rim, but it sinks right in. Spurs have gone 4 of 7 from the field since the beginning of the fourth. And for Paul George, looking to cut down on his turnovers, some of that was not forcing the pass when it wasn't there.
Yeah, and that's the one thing that he really has to tighten up on. He had this terrible habit of throwing this one-handed bowling bounce pass that never found its target. So, PG, if you're listening, get rid of that bounce pass for me, partner.
He's not only listening, he's playing. He's playing the game right now.
He's the real deal, though. He's a guy, though. He's one of the more enjoyable guys to watch and to hang out with.
How about that? Slamming it hard over the big man.
Ginobili, that's for 2. Misses off the right iron. The Pacers have gone 2 for 5 on field goal attempts in the fourth quarter. And it's Mahinmi finishing it off.
But the shots finally dropping for them in bunches, and I'll tell you what, the complexion of this game has totally changed.
You know, that kind of offensive eruption was the only thing that was going to get them back into this one.
Snatched up. The dish to Bellinelli. That's good, and so Duncan with the assist. Duncan's got 3 assists now in this one.
And they're getting their points now almost exclusively from the three-point line. That's 4 of the last 5. You got to run those guys off the line.
I agree, and the defense is practically giving them those shots, though.
That one's good. The San Antonio lead is cut down now to just 5 on the bucket from Mahinmi. San Antonio calls timeout. Well, Tim Duncan, in a lot of ways, the epitome of Steve's substance over style.
Yeah, no doubt, Kevin, both in terms of his game and his personality. He's just a winner and a leader, but he does it in such a quiet fashion that sometimes people forget to take notice.
So Indiana ends up with a new group on the floor. San Antonio also making some changes. Baines is checked in, and Kawhi Leonard subbed in for Bellinelli. Hill drives in. And a foul on the shot. He'll go to the stripe for 2.
And when I think about Duncan's leadership, man, I could go on and on. I don't even know if I have enough time. But one of the things that stands out is he's never put himself above his teammates or the staff, and he allows himself to be coached extremely hard by Greg Popovich. He's relentless, dedicated, and in many ways he can lead without saying a word.
Here's Parker. Almost, but it rolls out.
Boy, he should have made that one. He had plenty of cushion between himself and the defender.
Here is Miles. He's covered by Ginobili. The drive by Hill. Miles. And once again off the mark by Indiana. Spurs leading by 3. Manu Ginobili on the wing. Sinks the triple. Ginobili's got 9 points in the quarter.
You talk about Duncan allowing Pop to get into him. I think really he's his own toughest critic. As great as he is, he's hard on himself. He's pushed himself to become great.
Here's Miles. Offline with his 3.
He had a couple in the first, but so far he's been unable to get uncorked here.
And they go to the intentional foul. Indiana making some changes. Indiana on D. They trail by 6. Leonard attacking. Left side, Leonard. Just 5 on the clock. Parker with no one around. It's rebounded by Indiana. Mahinmi's got rebound number 11 for him here tonight. Plays it in off the pretty alley-oop.
Boy, great job of attacking on the break.
Yeah, it sure was. He made a beeline for the bucket as soon as they got the ball. Right away, straight to the rim.
Count the bucket.
He's putting on a commanding performance here. He's hit 2 3-pointers in each half now.
Here is Watson, covered by Parker. 2 minutes. Watson's shot is off.
Well, they're trying to come back here, but you got to get a better look at the basket to get it done.
And it's Rodney Stuckey with the foul. That's his first foul. David West, he's checked in for Indiana. Splitter's checked in for the Spurs. Mills comes in for Parker. Again, the miss by the Spurs.
He has not shot the ball well here, and I think it's time for him to start looking for his teammates a little bit.
That's good.
You know, of the last 6 baskets, 5 have come on the interior. This is major smash mouth basketball, guys.
Love it. Old school, just physical play in the paint, dominating.
Fades back, and he gets the bucket.
He is pouring it on in the second half, guys. I mean, a much better showing than he had before the break.
Pacers trail by 7. Watson, the pass to Mahinmi. The 3 from George. West kicks to George. Fires from deep. The shot's good on the assist by West. 26 points for Paul George.
And he continues to shoot well after that blazing first half.
Oh!
Are you kidding me? That was a power punch right there.
Oh, great. Nasty. Absolutely filthy.
And the building is stunned, partner. He dug deep into his bag of tricks there.
I hope he keeps that one handy. I want to see that again. How about the passing? They are moving the ball without any thought, without any agenda.
It's hard to overstate all the points they've scored on assists today. Beautiful to watch.
Ginobili kicks to Mills. Feeds to Leonard. Out of bounds, Indiana takes possession.
Where was he going with that pass? I mean, that's just an awful turnover.
For Indiana, they've got a pretty good rhythm going offensively, shooting 8 of 15 for the quarter. George, that's a 2-pointer. They grab their own miss. Mahinmi kicks to George. Yes!
Well, Paul George has been sensational.
And for the Spurs, they're shooting about 45% from the floor in the fourth. Outside Leonard. He kicks it to Mills. Ginobili outside. His 3-pointer's off the mark. Now here's West. And here's George for 3. Can't knock in the 3.
I like the defense, guys, really getting a hand up and challenging shots.
Yes, Steve, lurking on that shot, and that was a tough one.
He drops the first one, and that makes it a 3-point lead. And so he drops them both. It's a 4-point ball game.
And you got to think those free throws are the nail in the coffin, guys.
And the Pacers call time here. What do you think, guys?
This game's over, Kevin. It's out of reach. I'm not sure why they took that time out. There's no way they can score 4 points in less than half a second.
And so it's San Antonio who scraped by with the win. It was tight, but they managed to come up with the win.
You know, nobody wants to lose a close game, Kevin. It's much better to win those tight ones.
And a chance now to send you over to Doris Burke, standing by on the sideline. Doris?
Well, guys, I'm here with Tim Duncan, and again,
DK was DOA, yeah, I know